Right now at 6:30, an investigation is underway in the capital city tonight after a shooting. We have details on who was hurt from the Providence police chief. Plus, Make-A-Wish Massachusetts and Rhode Island raising hundreds of thousands of dollars this weekend for children in need. We'll tell you just how much. Ann Kelly is tracking our forecast.
Yeah, we're looking to start the work week with a very frosty morning and temperatures that should be the coldest you'll see of the next 7 days.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, ABC 6 News at 6:30.
Our top story tonight at 6:30. A shooting in Providence leaves one person injured. Good evening to you and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Alyssa Azara. It happened just after 3 this afternoon. Chief Oscar Perez says officers responded to Russo Street and found a 24-year-old woman with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. Perez says detectives are continuing to investigate what happened tonight. Now to an ABC 6 News update. Tonight, Warwick police telling us it was a woman who was hit and killed by a train Saturday afternoon on the Warwick-Cranston town line. Police say the train was headed north when it happened. Both Cranston and Warwick police responded to the area of Wellington Avenue and Avery Road. And just before 3 p.m. Saturday, Amtrak announced delays due to what they called the trespasser coming in contact with a train. The investigation remains active at this time. New tonight at 6:30, a Federal Hill bar is closed for now after a stabbing early this morning. A spokesperson for the mayor's office says Providence police responded to Afrique Lounge on Spruce Street just before 1:20. Qasim Flim, a security guard there, was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct after police say he cut a customer on the forehead with a knife during an altercation. Today, the Providence Board of Licenses voted to close the business for 72 hours pending a hearing. Meanwhile, the Newport Police Department is feeling grateful after they say 2 of their officers were sideswiped by a tractor trailer. It happened on October 29th in North Carolina while delivering this new special response vehicle from Florida to Newport. Police say luckily a local police officer was behind the tractor trailer and caught this crash on his dash cam. The 2 Newport cops are doing well and say the van is replaceable, but their colleagues are not. Well, there have been over 100 brush fires reported in Massachusetts in the last 7 days, burning 600 acres of land. Officials say the fire risk remains high across the state. According to the state's emergency management agency, most of these fires are preventable. Officials are reminding people that open burning is not allowed through January and to refrain from outdoor cooking and heating. Also, never toss cigarette butts outside. Other weekend headlines, Make-A-Wish Massachusetts and Rhode Island raising $370,000 last night. The 12th annual Evening of Wishes Gala was held at the Waterfire Arts Center in Providence to help grant wishes for children suffering from critical illnesses. Over 350 people, including Make-A-Wish families and Mayor Brett Smiley, were there. All right, let's get a check on the forecast now. Meteorologist Kelly Bates joins us live in the Weather Center. Kelly, how are you feeling after that extra hour of sleep last night?
I'm feeling good.
Me
I got
too.
so much done today.
I know, right? It feels so much later now, though.
Right. I think we're going to feel it tomorrow, without a doubt. It is wicked dark out there this hour. Sunset officially 4:37 this evening. Well, afternoon, really. And it looks like our earlier sunsets are going to keep going earlier and earlier till about the 7th, I believe, 7th or 11th of the month, but of December, excuse me. I will need to look that up. There we go. Whew. Clicker sometimes has a little bit of an issue, but we fixed it. 42 degrees is where we are right now in downtown Providence. We did have a cool day today. Here's where we topped out, 50 degrees at TF Green, full 10 degrees cooler than where we were yesterday. Only made it into the upper 40s in Smithfield. We made it to 53 in New Bedford. Our current temperatures across southern New England are a mix of 30s and, yes, 40s. In addition to the 42 downtown, we have 40 right now in New Bedford. So satellite radar, we are clearing out some earlier clouds. Otherwise, mostly clear skies will take us through the overnight. At the same time, our winds are going to slacken and go calm. The result is going to be a dramatic temperature drop-off through the overnight that once we get to pre-dawn, which will be about 5-6 a.m., we'll likely see temperatures below freezing, and that means we could start off with some frost or even a light freeze in portions of southern New England. But temperatures are going to be cool, too, in the afternoon. Once we get through Monday, though, if you miss the 70s, they're coming right back up. and they'll be here on Tuesday, Wednesday too. I'll let you know if they'll finish out the week too, coming up in just a couple minutes. Alyssa?
Sounds good. Thanks, Kelly. Turning now to Your Voice, Your Vote 2024. In these final 2 days before Election Day, both candidates are traveling across several crucial battleground states, hoping to win over voters in this extremely tight race. More than 75 million Americans have already cast their ballots. Here's ABC's Perry Russell.
Less than 48 hours until Election Day, both candidates closing in on the finish line.
I am looking forward to these next 48 hours to continue to talk with the voters and talk about the stakes and talk about the future of our country.
November 5th will be the most important day in the history of our country, and together we will make America powerful again.
Former President Trump on a whirlwind campaign schedule, starting the day in Pennsylvania.
A very, very special hello to Pennsylvania.
Trump escalating his violent rhetoric, this time directed at reporters, referring to the placement of the bulletproof glass at his rally.
And I have this piece of glass here, but all we have really over here is the fake news, right? And to get me, somebody would have to shoot through the fake news. And I don't mind that so much.
The Trump campaign trying to downplay those remarks on ABC News Live.
He was making a joke
about a shooter shooting through the fake news media?
And it's obviously he was joking.
The latest ABC News Ipsos poll shows a tight race. Harris with a 3-point lead nationally, 49-46. The 7 battleground states will be key.
In the 538 polling averages, Harris leading in Wisconsin and Michigan, Trump up in all the others, often by incredibly narrow margins.
Harris today traveling to Michigan, first delivering remarks at a church in Detroit.
This moment in our nation has to be about so much more than partisan politics. It must be about the good work we can do together, about our fundamental values, and about us as Americans.
Harris making several more stops in Michigan today. She's back in Pennsylvania tomorrow. Her campaign announcing a list of celebrities will join her, including Oprah Winfrey, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, and Ricky Martin. Perry Russell, ABC News, Washington.
Well, 4 University of New Hampshire surveys released today are giving us insight on election results so far in both Rhode Island and Massachusetts. In Rhode Island, 54% of people say they'll vote for Harris or have already voted for her. Meanwhile, 40% say they will or have voted for Trump, giving Harris a 14% lead, although support for Harris has dropped 4% since September. Voters were also polled on confidence, with 98% of Democrats saying they are somewhat to very confident that votes will be correctly counted, compared to 69% of Republicans. Meanwhile, in Mass, out of 731 voters polled, Harris leads by 26%, with 60% supporting Harris and 34% supporting Trump. Similar to Rhode Island, 98% of Democrats are somewhat to very confident that election votes will be counted accurately. However, 61% of Republicans are somewhat to very confident in the accurate counting of election votes. All right, still to come on ABC 6 News, the FBI issues a warning about fake videos populating about the election. Our election coverage continues after the break.